Hello, you guys. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna let you all start getting the notifications. You all make sure y'all hit the like button for me as you all come into the room. Let's see. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button as y'all come up into the room. Let's see. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna let you all start getting the notifications and coming into the room. I'm gonna let everybody start getting the notifications. I know it's been a few days since I've been on. Hey, Diane. I know it's been a few days, but we're gonna rock out tonight. We're gonna talk about Gucci Mane. We're gonna talk about hey, actual treasure. We're gonna talk about finesse two times. Gonna win gospel, and we're going to talk about Mary's husband. Y'all know Tina Campbell of Mary. Allegedly, her husband, hey Dennis, has been hey Clarinetta. Allegedly, her husband has been caught cheating. Hey Black Barbie. Allegedly, her husband has been caught cheating with a man. Okay, we're gonna talk about that first, and then we're gonna talk about Gucci Mane. And I'm trying to think if I should. It's some. I got some information. I'm trying to think. I haven't been into the members in a long time. Thank you, actual treasure, for the 4.99 super sticker. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much for the 4.99 super sticker. I appreciate that. I want to talk about Mary, and I'm thinking about going into the members to give y'all some information that a sister had found it out today. I just happened to be down at the courthouse. Um. Anyways, you guys, of course, you know they say it's in the shade room, but I know you all remember. I had talked about Mary. Y'all know Mary, Tina, and Erica Campbell, right? And um, of course, hey Miss Lakita, of course, Tina is going through a divorce, you guys. Tina's going through a divorce. And this is on the heels of remember all everything came out about her husband cheating and all of that. Now I used to look at Kaya and T.S. Madison when they was cool. I used to look at them faithfully, y'all. Okay. And I remember when that scandal had happened, somebody had called in on Kia and on the Kings, not Kings, but Queens Court on Kaya and T.S. Madison show and said that Teddy had been cheating with a man. Hey, the luxury bar, the other sister out celebrating like her husband never. Right. Listen, the other sister is out celebrating, but listen, the other sister uh, cheated back on her husband. Okay, they say she done cheated. She cheated back on her husband. So hold on 1 second. Okay. Yeah, it was called the Queen's Court. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting ready to pull that up on Teddy Campbell. The man claims that he been cheating now with him for 2 years. Here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. It's a lot of stuff that did not come out in that situation that she really didn't want people to know. Like the godmother that she talked about that she had staying in her house while she was on the road and keeping her kids was alleged to be her her first cousin. She said that he cheated with a lot of people that they knew. One thing that they kind of did not talk about, but I think it's going to come out in this divorce situation since he has filed for divorce. They're saying that he went ahead and filed for divorce first because she had hired a private investigator. He's been living in Chicago, which is where he's from, where his family is. For the last 2 years, he moved back to Chicago. So allegedly, she had hired a private investigator who had gotten some intel that he was seeing another, he was cheating, okay, but with a man, okay, another man. And so they're saying that he filed for divorce first and just to go ahead and beat her to it so that when this comes out he could say, well, they're only putting this out because she's bitter because because he filed for divorce first, right? Now where there's smoke there's fire. Where there is smoke there's usually fire, you guys. For some reason or another, I have always believed it, because you have to think about, this man spoke about he had a sexual addiction. Okay. He spoke about those things. So, I mean, for some odd reason, I definitely can believe this, when they're in that industry. Now, they call themselves gospel artists, but you have to understand this is just like a job. They're just like secular people. They make money in singing the gospel, okay? It does not necessarily mean that they are holier than thou. This is just how they make their money, okay? And so I think that, gospel artists, sometimes they are just as bad. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. When I was doing interviews with gospel artists and things of that nature, when I was doing these interviews, a lot of these gospel artists, I mean, they got a real bad lust demons on them. I'm telling you that right now. They real lustful. They be drunk. They be high. A lot of them are on drugs. Okay, so they real lusty. So I mean, a lot of them are just as bad because you have to understand it's still the industry. They're just in a different sector of the industry, but I mean, they all kind of intertwine together. Okay. Hey, on one we go. They all just kind of intertwine together. So hey, unfortunately, I feel like the thing that I find fault with Tina about is that, I feel like Tina should have left Teddy a long time ago. When you got your husband up on these shows, and I was reading that she was constantly taking him on these shows, talking about, we prayed through this, we've gone through this, and that, because he was constantly cheating. And she was probably trying to, annihilate him or whatever. I think Tina should have just let Teddy go a long time ago. Okay. One thing I don't believe in is if a person don't want to be with you, I feel like, I don't care how it hurts, you need to let that person go on about their life. The sooner you can let that person move on, the better off you will be. Now, let me just say this, okay? Because I have a sister that is going through a divorce, okay? And I think I spoke about, I'm speaking about now because I hear his family likes to be up into my chats, but I ain't none of my sister, okay? And so my sister's still young. It's my youngest sister. She's still very young, and she's going through a divorce after 10 years, okay? What her husband did was, I remember her husband, let me just say this. I had always loved her husband, okay? I thought that he was a really nice guy, okay? He didn't have nothing, okay? And when he got with my sister, okay, my mama really liked him because he worked hard. It's one thing when a person don't have anything, but they see, it's not like my sister was like this just career person. My sister has always been very driven, even in her sickness, because my sister has Graves' disease, okay? So even in her sickness, she has always been very driven. And so her and her husband have been together for 10 years and all of that. He worked hard, and they bought a beautiful home and all of that, okay? He you know, he I thought that he was a grateful, nice guy, okay? You have to be very careful. Let me just say this. You have to be very careful whether you're a man or a woman about who you choose to marry. It's not good. You carry these folks, and what'll happen is they'll get used to you saying, well, because one thing about a woman, we like for a man to lead, not just lead by, well, you're gonna do without this, and that. No, you need to lead financially too. Okay. And so my sister, he worked two jobs. He was he we thought that he was driven, okay? But at some point when he got another job, he started cheating on his job, okay? And so I remember when my sister was they started going through, and I was like, well, maybe not. The man working two jobs, y'all just bought a beautiful home and all of that, and maybe he's not. She was like, I know how he's starting to act. It's just totally different. Okay. As her big sister, I said, well, and sometimes I regret, well, I don't regret it now. I told her, I said, well, I don't, I don't, even when I was doing private work in the investigative field, I never would take cases from my family members. I never got, I took, never took cases from people that I knew. Okay. And so it was too close to home. And so I told her, I said, well, listen, if there's anything going on, it is going to be in that telephone, in that cell phone. Okay. She's like, oh, okay. I said, do you know how to get in the cell phone? Well, no. I said, well, is the cell phone in your, okay. So we talked about it. And so I don't know how, but somehow she was able to get in the phone. Okay. And so, anyways, don't ask me no questions, okay? But anyways, when she was able to start seeing those messages, you all, it was extremely heartbreaking. I think with my sister already being sick, I think it really hurt me because it sent her into a panic, right? The idea that you could be sleeping with the enemy. Like she would wake up she would wake up calling me like because when she confronted him about it, he left, right? He left. And so she would wake up at 3 in the morning calling me, and my sister's voice would be like it was just really bad. Okay. And so I said all that to say this. Come to find out, I ended up looking into it for her. I was in shock because before I said, I was like, let me go look at this again. I couldn't believe that he would mess his marriage up for a 20-year-old girl that was sitting in the phone trying to get her a sugar daddy, talking about my Timu basket full. Okay. She was like, she like shopping at Timu. Okay. She'd fill the Timu basket up, and she'd get the old ass sugar daddy because she 20 and he 38, 39 years old. So she thought he was the sugar daddy. So she get the sugar daddy to get the buy the Timu. Okay. She didn't have nothing else going on, 20 years old, right? But she was talking about a lot of sexual stuff, like just y'all. These young girls do everything for some Timu, okay? And if a lot of these men so damn weak, they messing over their families for some Timu minded women that don't feel like nothing is nasty, okay? Some of the stuff that we saw on their phone, y'all. and I couldn't believe how he was so mesmerized with what that young girl was doing to him. He couldn't even treat his family right. Okay. And so anyways, so he when my sister would be at work, because he was working in the evening, he would start FaceTiming her. Like, as I said, they just bought a big beautiful home. Okay. My sister works for a bank, so she's a credit person. So she's a credit person. She knows everything about credit. Okay. So you can imagine her credit was good. That's her husband. She helped her husband get his credit right. And so, anyways, when my sister was at work, they got a big, beautiful home. My sister got a house laid out beautifully, very excited. Their her first home. And he FaceTimed this hood rat. Okay. He would FaceTime this hood rat. And we noticed when we found her Facebook page, she'd be on there talking about how she was getting ready to move into her big, beautiful home, how God was blessing her. And when I move in my house, then this, and that. He had her fooled like she was getting ready to move into my sister's house. Okay. He had this 20-year-old fool, and she was all on Facebook talking about moving into her big, beautiful home, not knowing that that was my sister's damn house. Okay. And so I hated that that was going on. It was very hard, y'all, for my sister. And I've always been, contrary to what people say, I'm pretty quiet when I'm not on here. Okay. And so I would listen to my sister. I never told her, well, you need to do this. I never made it worse, because I could see the pain and stuff that even now, she's getting past it really good. But even now, it's hard on her. The fact that he would mess up a whole family for a 20-year-old that want Timu bought out of a damn basket. Okay. Talking about all the nasty, freaky stuff that they was doing. Can y'all imagine that? And my sister's already sick. See, I probably shouldn't talk about this, because I be getting mad every time I think about it, because my sister started having setbacks. Okay. She started having setbacks with her sickness. Okay. Um, and so, but I said that to say this. She's decided to move forward. Okay. And whatever that is, she decided not to look back, as hard as it was for her. And I said that to say this. We've all, whether you're a man or woman, we've all gone through some hurtful things, y'all. We've all gone through hurtful things. But here's the thing. I think you have to, like I used to always tell my sister, think about your mental state. And as your oldest sister, I would never tell a person not to try to work their marriage out. But as your older sister, let me just tell you this, because I've never been married, okay? Because I cuts up real bad, okay? I cuts up bad. I don't do no forgiving. I don't nothing. I shows out, so I can't hardly keep nobody, because these men ain't right. So, okay, but once they cheat, okay, they will do it again. All right. Once they cheat, they'll do it again. I said, just always remember that. And people get used to you screaming and fussing and hollering and screaming. They get used to that. And after a while, they don't even care no more. Okay, I know she's gonna holler and scream. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I know she's gonna holler and scream. So her stance has been hard, but she has taken a stance. Okay. And he tried to come back. He did. She went on after when he abandoned the home. Okay, he abandoned the home once she saw she wasn't get ready to move into a big, beautiful home. Okay. Now she on Facebook with another, a dude, a young man her own age. Okay. So he did try to come back to my sister, and my sister took her stance. Okay. And I said all that to say this, because my sister has been very open about it, because she's going through her healing process and all of that. You have to go through, the sooner that you make up your mind that I'm not going to be on this roller coaster, the sooner that you can heal. Okay. All the stuff that Tina said that this man did, he was sleeping with folks up in her bed. And we didn't see that in the telephone. But if that girl was that mesmerized with my sister damn house, she might have been up in there. We just couldn't find it. You better know I did everything I could to try to find it. Okay, but I couldn't find where she had been up in there. Okay, I couldn't find it. It wasn't in them text messages, because if it was, I'd have found it. I'd have found it. Okay, but this he had folks all up in her house in her bed, and then you say that you prayed, and God told you, it's not godly to not forgive. Yeah, but you're still human. I think people use the Bible, unfortunately, as a crutch to be a damn fool. We're all women, and we, as women, we don't know how to let shit go. So I already know that she was probably still putting him through hell. How could you still be, think about, this is my bed, this is my home, and my husband, while I'm out on tour, has had women up in this bed. I don't I couldn't get past. I don't. I think what she should have did was she should have started her healing process. What, that was about 13 years ago. But instead she gave him the opportunity to leave her. I found his Instagram. He been living his best life in Chicago with his family. Okay, he don't seem like he was bothered at all. But her, on the other hand, I went back 2 years ago and looked at her Instagram, and she was going to prayer houses and staying in there 24 hours praying, saying the devil is trying to do this, this, and that. I'm going into this prayer house right here, and I'm gonna stand here 24 hours praying. So she doing all of that right after her husband left her. He goes to Chicago. He knew he wasn't coming back. Immediately get a little club, start playing in the club, get him a boyfriend and some women. Okay, allegedly. And I know it's two sides to every story, but my thing is, with two people, when it ain't working out, you ought to be able to come apart just like you came together. Okay, that's how I feel. It ain't no need in, now she's, the humiliation. Okay, the humiliation of what he has already done, and then she went back to him and forgave him, and now she's giving him the opportunity to humiliate her again by filing for divorce. I ain't mad at nobody for trying to work, for loving their husband or their wife and trying to work through these things, but at some point, some common sense is gonna have to kick in, y'all. Common sense have to go ahead and kick on in. Some things just ain't meant to be. Okay, and people get around here, get to hollering about, but in the eyes of God, now, first of all, it ain't, everything ain't in the eyes of God, because you never. Some of these folks just got married because they was lusting for some sex. It ain't had nothing to do with no damn God. Okay, so when you talk about a covenant, you don't even know if that marriage was a covenant. Some of these folks got married after they broke up another marriage. Okay, God ain't had nothing to do with it. Some of these marriages have never been equally yoked, and you was never even meant for each other. Okay, and you going through all of this torture and then trying to put God in it. One thing I do know is God ain't in no mess. Okay, and so I think it's unfortunate for Tina. It's a very unfortunate thing as it relates to Tina, but hey, she seems to be seems like she has started to get through it. Okay, and I hope that she continuously moves through it the same way with my sister. When my sister would call me over in the middle of the night, I got right up and listened to her. I didn't try to say, yeah, because you need to do this, and no, I was just a listening ear, because I don't ever want for anybody to say, well, the reason my sister said don't do this. No, I sometimes all you need to do is be a supportive person and be a listening ear. Okay. Because if I had started putting myself in the midst of, because I was ready to go jack on somebody. Okay. That's what I was ready to do. My sister ain't like me though. So all I could do is just listen to her. I didn't want to misguide her. I just wanted to listen to her and be a listening ear to her, pray for her, and encourage her. Okay, to let her know that she was strong enough. You strong, you're gonna get right through it. Okay, next year it's gonna be different. Whatever you feeling, you ain't gonna feel today. Okay, so sometimes we have to be a listening ear. But listen, I love the church. I do. I love the church, y'all. And but let me just say this. I remember when I was really heavy in the Church of God in Christ. You have a lot of those older mothers who do not believe in divorce. And they used to get up on that stage when they would have those seminars, and they would say these girls getting married and they around here talking about their husband did this and they did that. My husband abusive, my husband this, and they talking about they gonna divorce. When you get married, you ain't supposed to get divorced. And I think that is wrong. That is bad advice to give, because the Bible says that God honors marriage. I mean, honors a divorce if there's infidelity involved. If I'm not mistaken, okay. And I definitely don't believe God wants you standing somewhere you getting knocked all over across your head, okay? Because somebody's gonna end up dead, right? So, whether it's him or her, so I mean, I think that is bad advice to give, and I don't, I just don't think it's good for people to use God as a crutch to stay into something that was probably never meant for them anyways, right? Because I don't think that love and love is not supposed to hurt. That's how I feel about it. Anyways, y'all, we'll come back to talking about that. But shout out to Tina, shout out to Teddy. Maybe Teddy, if this is true about Teddy, is allegedly cheating with men or whatever. If this is true, maybe he can go on and live his. If this is the truth, he can live his life. But I think it would be sad to have been in a marriage with a lady for almost 30 years. You really, like she said before, you stole my life. Um, but if she knew about this 13 years ago, hey, she started to learn about this 13 years ago. Then at that point, when you found out about your husband cheating, if you found out about he was having these relationships with men and you decided to take him back, at that point, he hadn't stole your life. If you take him back after that, you stole your own life. Okay. At that point, you have stolen your own life. Okay. Anyways, you guys, I also wanted to talk about finesse two times, y'all. Finesse two times. Y'all, finesse two times done went gospel. Okay. He found not in they finesse two times done went on here, y'all, and went gospel. Okay. Um he done went gospel, and he's basically begging Jay Prince and them to release him from his record deal. Now, I feel like they should go on and release Finesse from his record deal. Okay, I do. I feel like they need to they need to release Finesse. Okay, I'm gonna play y'all a little bit of the song. Yeah, I know Finesse is. I used to think that Finesse was cutting up and that he was just showing out, but now I see y'all Finesse two times. Okay, finesse two times is on he is on something, okay? And Sugar got that root so strong on him this time, okay? That root real strong. Let's see, Sugar Mother, okay? She got that root on him so strong, along with them drugs. He got a bra on this time. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna play y'all the song, and I think Jay Prince and them need to go ahead and just let Finesse on up out of his stuff. Okay, I guess Sugar took it off of her page. What Finesse two times is I think she took it down. He's singing in the back chorus, LaShawn Pay song. I know I've been changed. I think Finesse two times is going through it, and the only thing I could say is, with all of this stuff going on, it is starting to really expose the music industry. Okay, It is. And I hope that a lot of these young dudes that are inspired to be rappers and to get into this industry, I hope that they paying close attention to people like Finesse and them that are brave enough to speak about these things and decide to take the independent route like Young Dolph was trying to promote to begin with, right? They decide to take the independent route. Okay. Because Finesse two times is basically just begging these folks, okay? And Finesse two times, like I said, I was like, well, I don't think Finesse two times is that high. But looking at him on live the other night, when he got mad at somebody on the live and said he called him crazy. He said a person like you, a person like you ain't got but one bar Irish Spring in your house. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. He said they ain't got but he said they so stupid they ain't got but, but one bar of Irish Spring in their house. So listen, I hope though, with Finesse constantly talking, there are always rumors about what has happened with like the um what has happened with like the princes and how people have gone missing, how people have come up hurt and messed up and all of that. I really hope that they don't take Finesse two times out. I really do. I hope that they don't take him out because he is very vigilant and consistently speaking about what they have done to him. Okay, he's very vigilant and speaking about that. So I really hope and pray that and I'm sure it's a lot of stuff that he has not told that he can tell, and that he probably, if he get desperate enough, he will tell. So I probably the only reason why they have not done anything to him is because if something happened to him, folks gonna know it's them. Remember Jay Prince Senior said to him, "Remember, you are still up under our protection." When Jay Prince Senior said that, because see, they said Jay Prince Senior was one of down through the years, Jay Prince Senior, but of course he didn't have social media. He kind of stayed in the background. You didn't see him a lot. He didn't talk a whole lot. You didn't know a whole lot about him. It's hard for me to believe with the type of stuff that they have put done, the type of things that have happened on their watch, like Takeoff, like Duke the Jeweler, this other young man that they're saying is paralyzed, has gotten paralyzed, with Junior talking about, when you're on my soil, like he owned Houston, when you're on my soil, you need to let me know that you're on my soil. And Senior, who is now, because he wants to defend his son, has been forced to come out and talk more to defend his son. Thank you, darling. He says Finesse should go into acting. Can't get a lawyer. Can he get a lawyer? That's exploitation, being crime. Yeah, you know what? I wish that Finesse two times would get a lawyer, but it's no telling how bad that contract is. Look good Burr. I'm telling you, it's no telling how bad it is. Finesse two times. I mean, Junior owns the right to Finesse. That's the reason why he used the real Big Father. Like, he signed over everything, a name that he already had. Okay, a name that he already had. Everything he has signed over to them. They own everything, so he's forced to build. They own him basically, so he's forced to build everything back up from the like just from the garden, like from he's basically a seed. But the thing about it is, I think it's a good thing that Finesse two times has gotten on. He's gaming, so I'm sure that's how he's making money. He does, I guess, a few little shows, and he's able to make money like that, doing a few little shows. Um, he needs to get a lawyer. What Finesse need to do is he need to get around some people that truly care about him. He needs to go get into a rehab. Okay, I don't think that Finesse is going to. I don't think that it's going to help Finesse to be with Sugar. Okay, It's beneficial for Finesse to be codependent on drugs because you could tell that Sugar mainly has the control. Okay, even if she tries to play submissive, she has the control because he's an intoxicated dude. He's intoxicated, right? Um, so I mean, I think Finesse two times. Hey Maddie, I think Finesse two times need to detox himself. Okay. I think he needs to get away from Sugar. Okay, she got because that whoever Sugar went to this time, it must have been our grandmama. They put a root on him so strong that I mean, y'all be seeing how he is. That coupled with the drugs, he was already on something, and he wasn't that bad off. But you could tell they got him hypnotized. Now let me just say this: I believe Finesse two times was kind of into that black magic himself because remember there was a young lady who boyfriend ended up taking her out that was doing roots for Finesse two times. And remember he took her out because he found out that even though she was doing roots for Finesse two times, he found Finesse two times in the phone. I said I was gonna talk about that. Okay. And she was like that. She was into voodoo. Okay, and her boyfriend ended up taking her out of here. So you could see like the messages Finesse was sending her. He was like, I'm gonna need a oil bath. He was screwing her too, but she was still putting that voodoo oil and stuff on him. So he's well into that stuff himself. Except for Sugar done went and got a spell so strong. Well, and you could tell she don't be as high as he do either. Okay, because he high up out of his mind, and that spell ain't on her, it's on him. Okay, so he needs to be prayed for. When he was in the church uh doing his little video, he was in the right place. Okay, y'all, this you have to really stay prayed up because people are so twisted now. They really deal in this sorcery and all of that, this voodoo and all of that stuff. People are sicker than you would ever know now. Okay, so you really have to be prayed up and dibbling dabbling in that stuff. Yeah, she got him fixed. If you listen to his mama said Sugar had gone to somebody and got some bracelets. The voodoo woman made them some bracelets, and he had a bracelet on his damn leg and on his arm. Okay, he had a bracelet on his leg and arm. So she got him fixed good. Finesse is talented. I hate that Finesse is, but he gonna have to, in order for him to move forward, he's gonna have to have a clear thinking mind because he need a lawyer. And he did speak about that he's scared to get lawyers, especially around the area. And he said that Jay Prince Sr. knows a whole lot of people in the industry because he's been in the industry for 30 years, so he could end up getting himself caught up in something, trusting a lawyer that may actually be on Jay Prince's side, okay, and get himself messed over. So the dude feels really stuck, and I can understand that. You're right. Jay Prince didn't build that career without having industry lawyers and without having connections. So his money is longer. Finesse go get him a lawyer, and that's what happens all the time. Those lawyers, whatever he paid that lawyer, Senior could come in and outbid him. Okay. Um, I told y'all about the rapper that I used to go with. He said that first of all, his lawyer was AC Warden. Okay, that says everything because he ain't never been no damn entertainment lawyer. So he got the boy messed over real good. He said, but this is what would happen. He said the industry. I remember the first time I interviewed him, and we was talking about the industry, and he was like everything that, and this is before it really started to get out on the internet. I was like, stuff is coming out about the industry, like that Illuminati, this and that. Is that stuff true? He's like, yeah, it's true. He was like, when he first went national, they still had like cassette tapes. They didn't even have CDs yet. They had cassette tapes. And he said that what would happen is they would have this Jewish um 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 devil worshiper to come into the meetings, And before they sent the cassette tapes out, he would pray in his language over the cassette tapes. Okay. So you have to think about a lot of and I'm sure if they was doing it back in the early 90s, it ain't nothing changed. That's why this music is so devilish, right? They pray that it hypnotizes you. They wanted to put you in a trance. It's the music now is real low vibrational. That's one of the reasons why I like the 80s and the 70s music. I'm stuck on it. I am. It makes me feel a certain way, like I'm up, cleaning up, happy, singing. Is the tempo, the vibration is very high. Anything from like 95 on down is very low vibrational. Maybe 94 on down is very low vibration. I can't even listen to it. I cannot even listen to it. Um, and so so yeah, Senior would definitely know a lot of the people in the industry, and I think Finesse keep himself sedated, with those drugs. I hope he don't overdose because I mean, he get to thinking about this boy has struggled in Memphis, didn't have nothing. He built some type of. He's got the talent. He's built some type of notoriety for himself just around his city, right? And then he get with the princess, and they give him They said they gave him about $5 million. Senior J Prince Senior. What I wish, thank you, Little Good Bird, for becoming a member. I appreciate that. J Prince Senior, knows he's made a lot of money, millions and millions of dollars. I wish I wish that Finesse would have had I wish they would have taught him about money. Maybe they tried to. But if you give somebody like Finesse that come up out of the hoods that have nothing, $5 million, they're gonna do exactly what Finesse did. They're going to blow it. They're gonna blow it. And that's exactly what he did. He blew right through it. Okay. He blew right through it. And now he's left with nothing because all the residuals is gonna go to Senior. They're not get ready to give that up for him. Okay. It's not right. I'm sure that they've already made a double or triple back off of Finesse 2 times. I'm sure they have already made it back. Okay. Um, like you said, but these are the types of things that happen to these young dudes in the industry. Okay, when they they don't know anything about business. These are the types of things that happens, and it is unfortunate. It is very unfortunate. Everybody, and I was saying this in the beginning, I said everybody want a piece of Finesse, from Moneybag to the Princess. I saw exactly what was going on. He was hot. And so what these little dudes need to understand, when they hot like that, they have to be very careful. Okay. They have to be very careful because and I would never want to sign with another rapper that's still, putting out albums like Moneybag. Um, he already knew how Moneybag was. Okay, he already knew how Moneybag was. So if he already knew how Moneybag was, why would he go and sign with Moneybag? That's what I don't get. Why would he go and sign with him? He's still an artist. He's still trying to. He still really has not crossed over, right? He still really has not crossed over. And so he's still trying to become national. And Finesse 2 times was outrunning him. So why, if you still trying to make your stamp in the industry, which and you and this person neck and neck, because Moneybag is very talented now. He is very talented. But they were each other's competition. I think and people were saying it because I was Finesse. It's not a good thing to go and sign with somebody. Moneybag looks at you as competition. Okay. And he's still trying to make his mark in the industry. So I don't think that was a good thing to do, and they really dog walked him. I believe that they were all in cahoots together. Okay, and everybody saw how hot he was. And one thing about it, when you're hot, everybody be wanting a piece. All of the sharks, okay, want a piece of you. They want to bite a chunk. Okay, they want a chunk out of you, just like a shark, because they're very sharky. Okay, they be out for blood, just like a shark. And unfortunately, and they have smiley faces. Unfortunately, when they gave him that little advance that they gave him, it totally blinded Finesse. It totally blinded him. And it is very unfortunate. I hate that for him. And it seems like he's really going down a rabbit hole. And I hate that because Finesse is one of the best rappers to come out of Memphis. You can't take that from him. He has a distinct sound. I've said this from day one. His sound is very distinctive. He has a distinct sound, but he's funny. But unfortunately, this young man has the industry has chewed him up and spit him out. The industry has chewed him up and spit him out. Okay. And I know he wants his justice. He wants to talk about it. The only thing that concerns me is Finesse. Are they cringing because they don't know what he's gonna talk about? They don't know what he's gonna put out there into the atmosphere. The only thing that bothers me is hopefully they won't try and take him out. Okay, they haven't taken him out in all this time, and that could be because it's been so much shit to happen to different people on their watch. It's hard for me to believe, even with all of the connections that even with all of the connections that Senior has, it's hard for me to believe that the FBI is not watching Senior. Okay. I think it would be really easy to get Junior. Okay. I think it would be real easy to get Junior. But I think that the only reason that they haven't gotten Junior yet is because they want to get Senior. That's the only thing that kind of get a lot of us up in arms when you're talking about the FBI. Junior is small fish. Okay. I'm sure the feds has been wanting to get Senior his whole career. It wasn't easy to get Senior because Senior was quiet. He was methodical. You didn't see him much. It was not easy to get Senior. Now Senior has been talking more. They have made it obvious, and his son, him trying to protect his son, is a direct road to Senior. Okay, so probably the only reason why they ain't got Junior yet, in all of his patheticness. Okay, and they say he's an alcoholic. Alcoholics, um, alcoholics do crazy stuff. But the only reason why they haven't gotten Junior yet is because they know that they probably haven't gotten enough at this point to be able to get Senior, because I think that that's who they would want. I'm sure they would take Senior over Junior any day, because once they get Senior, it's gonna be over for Junior. Once they get Senior, that whole regime collapses. Okay, it would be asinine. Be quiet. It would be asinine if when you're talking about a criminal organization to go after the small fry. I mean, it would be asinine. Okay, but once you get Senior, which is I'm sure who they have wanted all of these years, that whole regime collapses. Okay, and Junior is a direct line to his father, because we've seen his father speaking out because of all of the crazy stuff that Junior has gotten himself into to try and protect his his son, as any parent would do. Okay, so what he's done is he's really brought his father really out of hiding, and his dad has had to show his hand more. Finesse two times is one who feels like I'm damned anyways. So he's one of those ones that has been talking a whole lot more. Um, People, I'm sure that they kind of be quiet about Finesse. They're starting to talk a little bit more because they see that Finesse has a really big following. Finesse can put up a video, okay, and it will do 1 million and something views. So that's why I say I hope they don't do anything to Finesse, because anytime somebody could Finesse put up that video of him in the church doing that church that gospel song, okay? And he was high as I don't know what, okay? And I think it was up 35 minutes and it had about 1.2 million views. Anytime somebody can get views that quick and that many views, he is definitely relevant and he could definitely be a thorn in their side, okay? So I hope they don't get to thinking too much, okay? And saying he gonna be, hey, everybody just know he be high and stuff. I think he's more comical, but I think at some point, if he really get to talking too much, because he's been begging for the longest, bruh, just let me out of my contract. Just let me out of my contract. Hey, he says, a little good bird said, okay. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Gotta definitely see where his accent came from. He got spitting skills. Yeah, finesse, um, finesse did say, I am feeling better. Y'all know I have been sick. Y'all know I have been sick. I am better. I think it's just certain things that I ain't gonna be able to eat no more. Like I ain't gonna be able to drink no. I ain't gonna be able to do milk at all. Like my body is totally changing. Um, but yeah, you guys, and then too, let me just say this. Cause I was off my doctor took me off last week. I had started feeling better yesterday. It is something about that. As soon as I went in this morning, I had to go straight to court. I had to go straight to court because one of the attorneys was getting ready to go to trial, and I had some um things that I needed to give him. He had requested some stuff, and I wasn't able to give it to him last week, so I ran straight into court before the trial started, and then I was feeling good, and I think it's all of the germs and stuff that be around those courts too. I think I'm gonna have to start back wearing my mask. I'm gonna have to start back wearing my mask because all of the germs and stuff that be in and out of the courtrooms. I was like, it seemed like my stomach has started back just sitting here. It seemed like my stomach has started back to bubbling a little bit. I'm like, dog, so I think it's whatever it is, it's around that courthouse. But yeah, you guys. But as far as finesse two times, I hope that finesse two times, go. And the first thing is sobriety. He's gonna have to go and dry himself. Gotten him some type of financial counselor or something like that. Hey, chocolate. You should have gotten him a financial counselor or something like that. I think that's what he should have done. But oftentimes, they don't do that. Salute, Miss T. Hope all is well. You wear a mask around. Right. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start wearing a mask because I'm telling you, a lot of this sickness may come from nets. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I think a lot of this sickness may come from that. All those germs and stuff. Um, but it's gonna be interesting to see, and then I don't mean no harm. I really don't. And Sugar might be a nice person, but I don't think being with Sugar is good for finesse. Okay, because when with somebody like finesse, and I know oftentimes men like finesse like pushovers. Okay, Sugar ain't as dumb as what one may think, because in the end she gonna have it all. Okay, if he ain't careful. But finesse needs somebody that's gonna help to keep him balanced. Most men that's in the limelight like that need a strong woman, because to help to, if she's willing to deal with that, that's strong enough to help to keep him balanced, because Sugar is gonna go with anything. If he want to take a whole bag of perks, she ain't gonna try to stop him. Oh, okay, she's wanna. He can't depend on her to stop him. If he go stand on that Arkansas Memphis bridge and say we get ready to jump over in this motherfucker, uh, she ain't gonna try to stop him. I'm telling you. So being with her is not good for him. Okay. And the reason I say that is because he ain't good for himself at this point. He ain't good for himself. So when you call yourself doing life with somebody, okay, you got a companion. Somebody need to be strong. Okay, somebody need to be strong because mentally he's messed up because the drugs got him. And she's willing to, she's taking on a stance. I'm gonna just do anything to not make him mad so that I can stay in favor. Okay, that's the stance that she has taken. Okay, instead of saying, look here, I love you, but she's scared if he gets himself well, he gonna start wanting to be with other women. So as long as he intoxicated, he on drugs, his brain fried. She giving him threesomes and all, because that's all he could think about. He probably on X pills and stuff, so that keeps them sexually aroused and stuff all the time. A couple with the voodoo that she got on him, that dude messed up. Okay, but if he ever go to a church, okay, and they able to pray that root off of him, and he go get into a drug rehab, when he come out, she knows he gonna start looking at her differently because his mindset is gonna change, and what he's gonna want is a partner, okay, a strong partner, because he's gonna start looking at generational wealth, and after a while, um, sex and stuff, that stuff gets old when they got their old asses sitting up on they got their old asses sitting up on what's the name of that thing they on, call themselves coding and going on doing them sex tapes. Cause see, when that ass start to it's already whopped when it start to droop, and ain't nobody gonna want to see two old freaks on that. Y'all, what is it called? um that site that Finesse and Sugar be on. Um, OnlyFans. Ain't nobody gonna want to see them. They gonna become, when they tune in, they gonna become the old couple, the old the old weird couple that the kids look at, people tune in to laugh at. Okay? So that gets old at some point. If he get dried out, he ain't gonna want to do that anyways, because that's not a good business decision to be on OnlyFans making sex tapes. Okay, he gonna want to step into something else, and he gonna need a partner, a teammate with a business mind, and Sugar don't fit that description. So she don't ever want him to go and dry out. She gonna keep a root on him, because other than shaking that whopped ass and doing freaky things to him on OnlyFans and helping him to get his drugs to keep him sedated, what she got to offer? Okay. So sometimes people like it when you are in a certain state. They ain't got 3, 4 girls in the house with him no more. I mean, it works out for her. Okay. Kawana says God, Lord, and his son Jesus can change him to a brand new man, and sets changes once he saves you. I'm just saying, yeah. I really hope that Finesse get his life right. Like I said, I like the song. I was trying to find it on Facebook. It's called I Know I've Been Changed. Um, let's see, Finesse two times song, child. Finesse two times song. Um, let's see. Finesse two times. I'm getting ready to Finesse two times gospel song. He in the church. He in the right place. He in the right place. Cause what he doing right now ain't working. Gospel song. And he begging them folks. Them folks need to let Finesse go. I wonder if the princess made him take it down. before Finesse Two Times put out any music, do they have to approve for him to put music out? Because you can't find the gospel song nowhere. I believe they made him take it down. One Big Father. Let's see. Let's see if okay, they didn't clear it. Okay, so they didn't clear it. Hold on for a few minutes, you guys. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, I believe they made him take it down. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Here it is, y'all. I got it. Okay, y'all. Um, it's on Sugar page. It ain't on his page. It's on Sugar page. On her Facebook page. Okay. It's on Sugar Facebook page. I mean on Sugar YouTube page. So I mean, I hope I'm sure they made him take it down off Facebook. They must ain't seen it on YouTube yet, child. But hey, listen, I'm praying for Finesse Two Times, okay? I am. I'm really praying for Finesse because I want to see Finesse get his life right. Okay? And in order for him to fight to at least try to get some of, you know, to fight with the princess, he gonna have to be coherent. Like he gonna have to hold on, y'all. I'm looking at something else. He's gonna have to go in detox. He's gonna have to go on detox, okay? Hold on for a minute, you guys. Be quiet. Hell. Wait a minute, you guys. I want to talk about Gucci Mane right quick, y'all. Gucci Mane been outside, and Gucci Mane don't seem like he bothered. Okay, hold on. Gucci Mane don't seem like he's bothered, you guys. Now, a lot of people talking about Gucci Mane, and they talking about uh, with this. Here to say you can show it live, it won't get copyright. With this, what I'm on right now, I don't know how to pull it up. I don't know how to go into because I'm not on my laptop. I don't really know how to navigate on this particular thing that I'm on that I'm using to be live tonight. So I don't know how to go into other screens and pull up anything. So I have to use my phone to do it. That's why I like having my laptop, but I don't have my laptop because I got something going on with it. Um, so I have to look at my go on my phone and pull up stuff for right now until they give me my laptop back. Um, and the thing I hate about pulling up stuff on my phone is that a lot of the websites that I'm able to pull up on my laptop, I'm unable to pull it up on my phone. Here, I see two things that I click, and that it lets me click the banner. I don't even know where it's not showing. I think it's too small where I can click a link, or too big or something where it's not showing everything. Call in on the phone. Here to call in on the phone. Call in on the phone. Here to call in on the phone. If you still on here, call in on the phone. On my phone. Call in on my phone. Call in on my personal phone because the other one ain't hooked up. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Y'all make sure y'all please like, share, and subscribe. Y'all, Gucci Mane seem like he's unbothered. Now, a lot of people pissed off at Gucci. Okay? A lot of people pissed off at Gucci because they feel like Gucci is not supposed to grow up. Here to call in on my personal phone. A lot of people feel like Gucci Mane is not supposed to grow up. Okay? They want for Gucci to take them losses. Okay, they want whatever losses that it was that he had going on with Pooh Shiesty. They want him to take those losses. Okay, I guess like a champ in the name of not being a snitch. What's up, Hitter? I got you. I'm put your. I got the phone up to the thing.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Oh,
I was
nothing.
just gonna show the video for you. That was all. I was just gonna show the video for you.
Yeah, I found it on YouTube, but I'm unable to go out of. I don't know how to go out of one screen and to the other one on this equipment.
Yeah, I got you. But yeah, I mean, in regards to what you were just saying, you know, Gucci put an album out like September of last year, where he was still talking about going against niggas that's ratting and all this old crazy stuff. So and I get it about growing up, but he was still pushing that message until it happened to him. And he was able to, you know what I'm saying, was faced with them type of circumstances. And that's what people don't really like. Mm-hmm. You know, he pushed that narrative, that anti-snitch, anti-rat narrative, and I was out there Saturday. Yeah, I mean, people came to party.
He was in Alabama?
He was in Birmingham. Your thumbnail, I was there.
Oh, so how many people was out? About how many people was out there?
About 20,000.
Oh, so he had it loaded. So the folks that forgot all about that.
Nah, it was people out there screaming free Pooh Shiesty, and there was some that called him, you know what I'm saying, rats and snitches and stuff. But the majority of the people, man, they wasn't studying. They was, you know, they was vibing.
Mm-hmm. Did he have any more people with him?
It was him and his old lady.
Did he perform?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he did a set. He did about a 20-minute set.
Were there any more acts?
No, he was the main
Oh, well,
actor.
they came right. Well, all them 20,000 came to see him, and that's all the promoters care about.
Yeah, it was pretty much a halftime show that he did, but yeah, he drew a crowd, and people were out there dancing. So, but it was some people that was on that a little section by me was trying to drum up the little chant "Free Pooh Shiesty" or whatever. It didn't go nowhere.
Oh wow. Well, you have to think about even still, even though you got a lot of people in the South and stuff that love Pooh Shiesty and all of that, Gucci is still the biggest star. You know, got more fans. I think Pooh Shiesty would have got to that, and he got a lot of fans because FDO went all the way up. It did, and so I feel like that Pooh Shiesty was on his way there, but Gucci got that old like core fan base that ain't gonna go nowhere.
All right.
It's been there for years. Pooh Shiesty had just started to get like a national crowd.
Right. But we got to keep in mind the only artist that sold more than Pooh Shiesty with that Back in Blood is Tupac. Nobody else come close. The closest person in Memphis is Yo Gotti, and he sold 5 million.
You said Pooh Shiesty?
Yes.
With FDO?
No, the Back in Blood, it went 8 times platinum.
Really?
Yeah. That's why when you were saying he not a bigger artist than somebody, as Dirk, I said no, he actually is. He actually is. He right up there with Dirk, but it's just like, it's short lived because he is a knucklehead. Mm-hmm. He is a straight up knucklehead, man.
Well, a lot of people believing that he gonna be able to get out of it.
He not.
You don't think so?
No. We were just talking about how they extracted that video out of 30 phone. So I don't know that.
I think it might be over for 32.
Yeah.
But 30 might not get as many years as Pooh. As Pooh. He may not get as many years as Pooh. But I hate 30 got himself into that. Because I sure was just reading that they said that the judge said that he had a deal on the table or something. So he's got money accessible to him.
Yeah, so he had a deal with Connect Music Group. It was 6 figures. I don't know how many millions, but it was $1 million deal.
Had they already exchanged money with him?
Nah, it was supposed to happen on May 1st.
Okay, well, they had not given him the money yet, but I'm sure still he got some money.
Yeah, he got some money, but and that's the reason that they trying to deny his bond because of that deal. So they got all their ducks in a row. Everything they need to know about 30 and Shiesty, I believe.
Kawana said she think they ass done. They got video. Yeah, GoVan definitely let it be known that it's a video floating. Because if he saw it, then it's floating. He wouldn't be the only person that has seen it.
All right. Well, King K47 said he described it to the T, and everything that they roll out in that complaint, he described it to the T. And he said he saw it from some people in Gucci Mane camp. So Gucci got the video too.
Oh wow! Well, that means the damn police got it.
Exactly.
And you look at Gucci. Gucci seems so carefree. Gucci's looking like he don't give a damn.
Nope, because he medicated. I promise you, that man didn't come out there and say, "What's up, Bourbon?" You know what I'm saying? None of that. He just came out there rapping. And when he got finished, he said, "Thank you."
Do his voice even sound the same, or do he sound like he in a sunken place, like the dude on? Has his voice changed? Do he talk proper, or is he still the southern? He got still the southern accent.
He's the same voice, but he came out there and performed and left like he didn't even know what the hell he was. Yeah, so that was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
He probably didn't know where he was at. Lord have mercy.
Yeah. He had a lot of jewelry on. He had a lot of clean jewelry on. He didn't have a lot of gaudy jewelry. He had diamond necklaces, like 5 or 6 diamond necklaces on. And Keisha K.R. had these big, gigantic rocks on her hand. Like, they was really showing their ass.
I was going to say, well, they've been doing that since the folks said that Pooh Shiesty took their jewelry, so they really been showing out.
Mm-hmm.
They say Gucci is a bot.
Yeah, no, and I'm gonna tell you, and we said this the other night. He just meditated. All the minutes with Gucci was doing all that dumb stuff, getting ice cream cone pat on his face. He was in court, and the judge asked him a question, and he said, he answered, "Bitch, I might," just crazy stuff. And once she got him back out of prison and got him on the couch and started getting him medicated, man, turned to a whole different person. Whole different person, man.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. I'm so damn tired of these dogs. Sophie says, "What up?" They said on the meds. Yeah, they talk about him being on the meds. Like I said, Gucci don't seem like he bothered. I didn't even know Gucci was that tall. He looked like he's pretty tall.
Yeah, he's a decent height. He ain't bothered because he on. Man, listen. I think the nigga on anxiety meds.
It probably is.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have all types of meds now to keep him sedated. He probably don't halfway remember Pooh Shiesty like that.
Exactly. He got a sunken place pill he's taking. I ain't believe it, man. And I think that girl a witch. I think she a real.
Where she come
witch.
from? Them islands?
Well, she from Jamaica.
They said they had them real good roots over there.
Exactly.
I remember Peter. You remember Bob Marley, right? You remember Peter Tosh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Peter Tosh family said, and they interviewed his wife, his girlfriend. I don't think she ever was his wife. She dealt in that stuff over there in the islands, and they said they felt so bad for him because he always had a strong personality. But when he got with her, she put something down and she isolated him. Like he was not being around his family, around nobody. And she was like, when they interviewed her, she's still alive. She was like, I only kept people away that was not good for him. They said that was everybody though.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what they like to do, to keep them isolated so can't nobody tell them, listen, this right here ain't right. That means he listened to only her.
And that's what Gucci do. I mean, shit. Gucci fell out with his mama over this lady. And didn't talk to her until, well, I know that's gonna sound crazy. He didn't have no business with her all the way up until the point she died. And when she died, he paid for the funeral and did not go.
His mama funeral?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, fam. I legit think she a witch.
She probably is a witch, because remember now, they said Gucci didn't know this girl even had grown kids for a long time. She never spoke about them kids, and she got about 2 other kids over in the islands.
That shit crazy.
Yeah, it is
What's up,
crazy. So
Cypher?
she was kind of, you know.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
I don't trust it, man. You know, the way he used to treat the other chick that he was dealing with. What her name was? I forget her name. He ain't never been that tight. He came home from jail. He was locked in. He was
Yeah.
locked in.
And so
The girl,
when people say they think that, um he's so messed up about Keisha K, or when a person is on meds like that, I don't think they messed up about nobody, because the meds had them just, I mean, sedated. They be zombified. I think he just going along.
yeah, could be, could be.
I think he
Dang,
just going along, and like I said, I don't think it's more so his issues with God. It ain't. I think he might not even really have issues with Gotti about Keisha K or KO, because he probably when they sedated like that, they don't have, they on meds like that. They don't even have good memories about stuff.
man, I'm gonna say this. That man would not sign all them damn artists out of Memphis if he wasn't trying to keep talent away from guys.
I think it was more so about. I feel like the issues were more so about what happened to Dolph.
Them boys was paper way before what happened to Dolph. But I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
You saying what happened between Dolph and Gotti, but
I'm talking about with Gotti having Dolph killed. I believe that his issues with Gotti with Trump, him supposedly sleeping with Keisha.
well, that if anything, I'm gonna say that's a good thing, Miss T, because you gotta understand this man. He kind of hyped Dolph up, you know. He kind of hyped Dolph up.
Which was a good thing for somebody that was already in the industry, that already had a career to, because see, I see how some people look at it. They feel like, okay, well, Gucci sent Dolph out. I kind of look at it as he more so, maybe he saw that Dolph and Gotti had an issue. He might have had a little issue with Gotti. So he feel like, okay, well, they beefing a little bit. I tell you what, he trying to hold Dolph back. Well, I'm gonna give him an alley hoop. I'm gonna boost him up. So, but I don't think he ever expected for Gotti not to be able to control his emotions and kill the boy, had the boy killed, because he was, people do it all the time. Okay, well, an enemy of my enemy is a friend of mine. So I tell you what, I'm a boost Dolph up. I'm gonna boost him up as far as, do music with him. I'm gonna help him to get out there a little bit. I mean, that's how I look at it. When people say, he was putting the battery in Dolph bag, I think there was already issues there before that. I think it was already issues there, because Dolph said that, I believe Dolph when he said that the man had issues with him because he wouldn't sign him. I kind of believe that. Well, when he started dealing with Gucci, and Gucci found out that Dolph and Gotti, and he already got a little issues with with Gotti. And, you know, he already have issues with Gotti. So, he boosts Dolph up a little bit to piss Gotti off. That's how I feel about it.
Right, right. I'm not gonna lie. You can steal from a man. You can backdoor a man, and if you live, you'll let that man make it. But if that man sleep with your wife, it's a wrap. It's a
I
wrap.
guess I guess my thing about that is, is it true, or is it a rumor?
Oh, that's
Because there
absolutely true.
was a rumor that Gotti had messed with Keisha Kayor before she really was married to Gucci. Now I had heard that, and then it turned into Gotti was sleeping with her while he was in jail. So that's why I don't give a lot of credence to that, because it has changed.
But Gotti ain't the only one. He don't mess with Rick Ross either. He don't mess with Plies. All of them had it.
Was it when
Only
he was in
thing
jail or what before he got with her?
that that's the thing that turns it up because them boys was actually friends, him and Gucci. But Gotti started doing little underhanded stuff like dropping it though that he was supposed to drop his album. You know, like competition wise, the same thing he was doing with Dog. You know, and I heard, and I don't know how true it is, but it was when he was locked up and before. Yeah, she was a video vixen.
Okay.
Somebody that he was stupid tender about. So,
I don't know. Like I said, I heard that Gotti had messed with her before Gucci. She was Gotti woman first, and this and that, and then it turned into, well, Gotti was messing with her when Gucci was in jail. So, like I said, normally when things change, I kind of
go look up Breakfast Club. You can't do it because you on another device. But when you get your free time, look up Gotti, Breakfast Club, Gucci Man. He rubbing salt in the wound on the Breakfast Club. He said he acting like you slept with his wife. Gotti said I already did that.
Well, if he had messed with her before, he had already did it. You see what I'm talking about? Like if he had messed with her before, it don't change just because she became his wife.
Right. I feel.
I just kind of believe. I believe that it happened. I don't know. I just kind of believe that it happened. It could have happened when he was in jail, but I kind of believe it happened before that situation, and maybe that's the reason why I mean, he was on there talking about that, but it seemed like to me he couldn't handle it when Doc was saying he had slept with his baby mama.
Exactly.
He went and had the boy killed.
And we definitely don't know if that's facts.
Now we don't know if that's facts or not, because a lot of people say it ain't true. But it seemed like to me he can't handle it. He couldn't handle it.
Right. And that's crazy. It's crazy, but yeah. He ain't forgot. Bottom line, Gucci ain't forgot. Not about that. Not about that. That's why they had to go about it the way they went about it. They could have went about it a better way.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why they took that route.
Like yeah, they could have went about it a better way. That's one of the reasons. Me personally, with this situation with Pooh Shiesty, I don't know why, but me personally, I mean, I kind of feel like I don't believe Gotti told him to go in there and do it, but I kind of believe knowing Gotti know how these dudes are. He know how they think. The energy of how crashy they are, because they are crash outs. I believe he expected for it to happen. He ain't dumb enough to tell him to go do it, but I believe he expected for it to happen. After you put that energy out there, you put that urgency out there. I kind of believe he expected for it to happen.
But do you want the nigga or not? Do you want him on your label or not?
But he knew it wasn't gonna happen. Yeah. He knew that Gucci was not gonna release Pooh to sign to him. Gotti ain't no damn fool. He a businessman too. He wouldn't have did it.
Right. So you feel like he crashed Shiesty out on purpose?
He crashed him out on purpose. I really do. He crashed him out. He knew that Shiesty was never gonna be able to sign with him. He was gonna always. Gucci was not gonna release him to sign with him. I think we all can agree on that.
Right.
Gotti wasn't just born yesterday. He been in this industry. He know Gucci wasn't gonna do it because he wouldn't have did it.
Right. I agree with that. I agree with that.
So what was what could have been the other reasoning for him to do it? for Pooh to crash out, maybe to take Gucci out.
Yeah, you can think about it that way too. You think about it that way too. That's the way I was just thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
They said something about David. You know what? I
Yeah,
ain't really looked into that David stuff. Somebody say he done been charged. What she say?
yeah.
I don't know how to pull that comment back down.
They
Somebody
just
said
said that
something about
David.
David.
It took long enough. We just covered it. And basically what's happening is he taking it to trial. He taking it to
You
trial.
think
They
he
saying
did
that.
it?
Hell yeah, he did. Hell yeah, he did it. Mm-hmm.
They got any proof?
Man.
I mean, it's obvious, but do they
Yeah.
have any proof?
Well, I'm gonna say that yeah, they got proof that he did it. They got 40 terabytes of evidence.
Mm-hmm.
There's hella cameras in their neighborhood. A job like that would take 2 people to do. I honestly believe that he had a helper, and they gonna fold.
You think it was his boyfriend?
I think it was. They got the video. They got the video of a dude on the patio washing the old girl's shoes that she had on. You know, washing them vigorously. You know, outside with Clorox washing them type shit. So, I think they got enough to sink the ship. So, but yeah, David, he taking it down. He say he not guilty.
Well, he must be mentally ill because I mean, they gonna fry him in California.
Yes, sir. They gonna put him in that gas chamber.
Because they knew he had did something to that girl. It was always obvious when she found in his car.
Yeah.
He was dumb enough to what?
Yeah, he was chopped up and put in body bags.
Well, that seemed like a ritual.
Exactly. She was chopped up and put in trash bags. Yeah.
It's got to be something wrong with him. Why would he leave her in a car with his name registered to it?
Exactly. Like they wouldn't go smell the remains, you know. But yeah, sad. Absolutely sad.
Well, they did her dirty. I wonder. That sounds like a ritual. I had never heard of that boy before, but the way he was living, it seemed like to me he was making some money.
He was making hella good money. He was an emo. The genre of music he do was emo. It's kind of like gothic. It's like new age gothic. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't doing rock. He was doing like hardcore R&B. You know, his number one selling song is called "Romantic Homicide," where he talks about killing the love of his life. You know what I'm saying? He met this girl online. I think he was 17 and she was 11.
The girl that he killed?
Yes. Yes. When she died, he was 20 and she was 13. I think that's how it went. Yeah. And what they're saying is they had an argument and she threatened to expose him. He couldn't take it. And he was already into that goth and all the gore, them type of movies. Mm-hmm. That was the type of dude he was.
So was she there? So they was having sexual relations? Because I thought was he gay or bisexual?
Nah, he was definitely bisexual.
So the boy that was there with him knew that he messed with girls.
Yes.
I'm sure there was some jealousy or something went on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, she ran away from home. She was messing with him for like 2 years, and she ran away from home multiple times. So yeah, he ain't a bit of a weirdo in Rose. I mean, all the way weird. He out there.
How old is he?
Uh, 20 or 21.
Damn. He done messed
Mm-hmm.
his whole life up. And
Yeah,
he ain't even really legal. Shit, if he ain't 21.
right, right. Yeah,
Well,
she was 13 when she came up missing. She was 13. In Rose.
wait a
Yeah,
minute. Steven sent me something. He said, yes, Interscope Records has dropped David Anthony Burke as of 2026 following his arrest in connection with the murder. They removed him from the roster as of April 2026, and David was
yeah,
removed from Interscope Records website. Of course, they don't want no lawsuits, because guess what? Her family,
yeah.
but still, her family still gonna come right. He ain't got a damn thing no more. They the ones with
Mm-hmm.
the money.
And his whole little family. You know what I'm saying? His mom and dad. They look like they about. They look like they had them when they was in their late 40s. I say late 40s, late 30s, early 40s. Um, they stay in Houston. So the whole time he was doing his music, he was out there with handlers. He was out there by himself doing whatever the hell he wanted to do. But this is
Wow.
where they gonna blame him up. He had a Discord. He had a Discord, and that's how he met her on Discord playing Fortnite. And it's a lot of information in that Discord. There's a lot of people in there that knew what was going on, and they were getting paid to keep quiet.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he finished, but if I was her family, I would sue Interscope and whoever else.
Yeah,
But they
but they need
said
to
somebody said she was in his car for months. So was the car
months.
parked
Yeah.
close to his home?
No, the car was in an impound lot.
Oh, so that's how they found it.
Right. It was thinking of the impound lot. The employees were bitching about the smell.
But how did they end up getting the car?
Somebody took it over there. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yep.
I tell you. Anyways, I'm getting ready to get off here. I gotta turn in some work before 11:59.
Yeah, go ahead, handle it for me.
All right, hon. Thank you for calling in.
Oh, it's all good, man.
All right. All right, you guys. I'm getting ready to get off of here. I got some work that I gotta turn in. I just thought about I got an AI assignment that I gotta turn in before 11:59. I had not been on here in a couple days. Um, but I'll probably hopefully I have my laptop back. Hopefully one day this week. Cause I ain't gonna be able to I don't like getting on other devices that I don't know how to operate like that. But anyways, you guys, I just thought about that. It just hit me. I got an AI assignment. Anyways, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Listen, I appreciate you all getting on. I'm gonna try to if I can't if anything, maybe I could try to do a video or something tomorrow until I get my laptop back. Listen, you guys, I love you all. I'll talk with you later.